All right, our final headline is from ESPN. LeBron James is set to step up his intensity for a playoff push, saying that it's been activated. Is this news?
This part is not news, LeBron saying this. I am curious, is he going to go whole like zero dark 30-23 earlier than he normally does? Because he usually saves that for the playoffs. So I'm excited to see what he does with social media and whether he shuts that off. But we talked about it yesterday. This really is like the playoffs start now for LeBron and the Lakers to get in there and try and even get above the 8 seed. You don't want the 8 seed if you're going to be playing the Warriors in the first round in the West. You want to get higher than that, and maybe then you could talk yourself into surprising a team like the Nuggets or whoever that maybe don't have a whole bunch of playoff experience. But I want to know, LeBron's activated. Is everybody else on his squad activated? That's all it comes down to me. Are these guys locked in? Are they going to play a little defense? And now that the trade deadline and all the drama with the AD news is over, can they lock in as they've talked about? LeBron's going to be LeBron. What about these other guys?
They look like it. In that first game against the Celtics, they seem to have brushed it all off. But I'm really interested to see if LeBron still has that ability to drag a team. You know, you're talking about 8th going to 7th or 6th, because he's still great. But he's not probably as good as he was a couple of years ago, and this injury did slow him down. So will that injury affect him in any way, and will he still be the player he's taken worse teams much further in his days in Cleveland. Now he's got a reasonable team compared to some of those other teams. How much has he still got in the tank to drive basically 25 games? He has to play. He can't take any games off. Yeah. And he knows the urgency is there right now because he's talking about that activation. That means he's like, okay, we haven't got any time to lose here. We've got to go for it. So can he still do it? Probably, but we're about to find out.
Yeah, he's got 2 speeds. He kind of puts it in chill mode sometimes, as he has done earlier this season. I found it interesting to say that this is a little bit earlier for me to put it into 5th gear. Players don't really come out and say that hey, I kind of chill sometimes through games 60 and 70. I think he's going to destroy. And if you're his teammates, you have to step up. The best player in the world saying, we're going for it. They have to step up and get into 5th gear along with him. It's going to be hard because the schedule is pretty tough.
Yep.
But as we always say, if you're going to bet on one guy in a playoff series, out of all the 450 players, you're still going to bet on LeBron. 25 games is longer than a playoff series, so it is going to be tough. I don't think he's going to be gassed by any means. He knows how to deal with his body, and he knows it's unlikely he's going to have a long playoff run, too.
Yeah, but again, he's not going to be playing all 48 minutes in all these games. There are going to be 12, 15 minutes where LeBron is just not out there. Can Brandon Ingram, whoever's out there leading that second unit, keep the Lakers in these games for LeBron to take over and hopefully get the wins? It's going to be a fascinating experiment to watch here because the playoffs really have started now.